Hello everyone, my name is Daniel, I'm with AGENT509. Hope you guys are having a great day. Today's video is going to be a little different. I'm wrapping up my summer here in Wenatchee and getting ready to pack my bags and go back to college. Start my third year at Eastern Washington University and get ready for another long 9 months of learning and taking tests. You know how it goes. Really quick, I want to give a huge shout out and give thanks to Jeff Hallman, Skip Hughes, and Debbie Sansoni. I worked a lot with them this summer, and I learned a lot through them. They've been a great help to finding myself and what I want to do with the rest of my life, and making some career choices. Like trying to figure out what I want to do. And it's been great working with them. They're great role models. I really do look up to them. I don't think they know that, but I look up to them. They work really hard behind closed doors, and they make sacrifices. And it's a lot of things that people don't see. I feel like everybody just sees the tip of the iceberg, and no one sees what happens behind closed doors. And for me to experience that hands-on with people like these, and I'm sure everyone who owns a business out there, hats off to you guys. You guys sacrifice a lot, and you guys go through a lot of hard work and a lot of challenges. But I never knew a lot of that until now. I've worked with some people that I just see them struggling. They're making all these sacrifices. They got to put in extra hours. They got to not hang out with the family as much, miss out on fun, little things like that. People don't see it, and they're underappreciated. People are very underappreciated as entrepreneurs. And working here, I've learned that you got to have patience here. When you're working and being an entrepreneur, maybe not even an entrepreneur, just working in general, you got to have patience. If you're like me, I like instant results. I want to see, as soon as I put in the work, I want to see what the outcome is. And that's not how it works out here. It's you got to put in the money, you got to put in the work, the extra hours, sweat, blood, and it might be months after that you get results. Maybe it's a year. It's a process, and it's hard to grasp and hard to get used to, but once you get it down, it's worthwhile to wait and sacrifice your time and all the fun extra activities you miss out with your family and friends. So hopefully that's something I keep in the back of my mind as I'm growing up and getting into the workforce. Another thing I learned out here is, as an entrepreneur or just as an employee, you got to just do it. If you sit back and you're on the bench, you don't do anything about it, you're gonna keep being on the bench. You're not gonna make the moves that you should if you just sit there. So even if you get rejected and you fail, I mean, that should be an incentive to even get up and do it again and do it better. Just learn from your mistakes. So that's one thing. Just do it, and that's something that I've learned to have, and I really do like to just get up and do it. You just got to grab life by the throat and just hope for the best and just do it. Another thing I learned here is getting out of my comfort zone. That was huge this summer. Big factor in working with Jeff. I had to get out of my comfort zone, and it wasn't easy. I didn't want to do it. I always hid from it and tried to avoid it, but he didn't let that happen, and he was like, "You just got to do it." All these things kind of came back, just the patience. Still, you got to do it. Getting out of my comfort zone, and he made me go after challenges. When he saw that I didn't want to do it and it seemed too difficult a little, he'd be like, "Okay, well, you're definitely doing it now." And I appreciate that a lot because it's built character and it's taught me to just do it, and don't be afraid of the challenges. It's frightening, yeah, and you might fail, you might get rejected, but hey, you can say you did it, right? You're not going to just sit there on the sideline and say, "Oh, I could have done it," but I went out and did it. You went out and did it. Anybody, And I've also learned that Jeff taught me, and I've kind of known this, is that you got to set yourself up for what you want. If you see you see something you want or something you want to come across, you got to set that up in one way or another. Whether it's talking to a mutual friend and having it, one way or another, just all come together and you guys meet up with whoever it is. And whatever the objective is, you got to set yourself up and you got to execute when that opportunity comes. And sometimes that's a little frightening because you just have the idea in your head and you're like, okay, if that did happen, I could do this, say this, and maybe it can go somewhere. But when it actually happens, it's like, okay, now what? And you just got to be able to shoot and fire when those opportunities come to your hand and hope for the best. But this summer has been good, and I'm hoping that I've built a good enough relationship to reach out if I'm ever looking for something. All these new skills that I've developed over this summer, these eye-opening like lectures I've had, and it's been great. And I'm excited to go back to school and really apply these skills that I've learned and hopefully make something out of it. Maybe get a career, find a career job, build a relationship with a company, and make something happen. In conclusion, I'm very grateful for this opportunity, and I hope it goes somewhere. And I hope everything I learned this summer, I take advantage of and apply it to the real world and into the workforce and at school and create a bright future for myself. Again, my name is Daniel. I'm with Agent 509, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening.